There is a jacket hanging in your closet right now, or maybe your father's closet, that has survived 20 winters, 3 jobs, and more abuse than anything else you own. It is a Carhartt. The cotton duck is faded to that perfect broken-in tan. The brass zipper still bites shut on the first pull. The quilted flannel lining still smells like sawdust and diesel. That jacket is a tank. Now go to any store and buy a new one. Put it through one season of real work. Watch the zipper jam by December. Watch the lining pill by February. Watch the seams pull apart before the warranty runs out. That is not bad luck. That is a business decision worth $1.7 billion a year. Carhartt, the brand that built its name outfitting railroad workers and construction crews with the toughest fabric in America, has been quietly replacing cotton with polyester, brass with plastic, and American manufacturing with 84 global factories across 8 countries. They did not announce any of it, they just hoped you would not notice. Today, we are pulling the tags. In 1889, a man named Hamilton Carhartt opened a shop in a Detroit loft with 2 sewing machines, a half-horsepower electric motor, and 5 employees. He made overalls for railroad workers. His slogan was honest value for an honest dollar. He did not design his products in an office. He went to the rail yards and asked the men what they needed. By 1910, Carhartt operated 17 factories across the United States and 3 countries. He ran his own cotton mills weaving proprietary fabric he called Carhartt Master Cloth. The company made 12-ounce ring-spun cotton duck in a tight double yarn weave, triple needle stitching at every main seam, bar tack reinforcement at stress points, metal rivets at pocket corners, brass center front 2-way zippers, and genuine cotton quilted flannel linings, real cotton, that kept men warm from Kentucky coal mines to Alaska pipeline camps. Every bolt of fabric went through more than 15 durability tests before it touched a sewing machine. The Detroit jacket became the most iconic work garment in American history. It had a bi-swing pleated back so you could swing a hammer without the jacket riding up, a corduroy-trimmed collar to block wind, and construction so overbuilt that jackets from the 1970s are still being worn daily by the grandchildren of the men who bought them. Workers on Reddit and trade forums report vintage Carhartt lasting 10, 20, even 30 years. On eBay right now, there are over 19,000 vintage Carhartt coats and jackets listed. Vintage Detroit jackets sell for $130 to $399, depending on condition and colorway. TikTokers report paying over $200 for used Carhartt pants when new ones cost $80. People are literally paying more for a used jacket than a new one because the used one is better. That is the Carhartt your father remembers. That is the brand that earned a 136-year reputation. Now let me show you what they did to it. The single most damning change is the one they hid in plain sight. If you pick up a Carhartt jacket today and read the tag, you will see the words quilted flannel lining. That sounds like cotton. It sounds like the same warm, breathable lining the old jackets had. It is not. It is 100% polyester. Every single current version Carhartt sells is synthetic. This is confirmed on their own product pages, on dungarees.com, on Fleet Farm's listings, and on Bass Pro Shops. The words quilted flannel now function as a marketing term for a polyester fabric engineered to feel like flannel. They kept the name, they changed the material, and they bet that you would not flip the tag over to check. But the lining is only the beginning. In September 2024, a customer on Reddit compared the tags on 2 Carhartt heavyweight sweatshirts purchased just 2 years apart. The shell composition had shifted from 75% cotton and 25% polyester to 55% cotton and 45% polyester. That is a 20 percentage point increase in synthetic content. The hood lining went from 100% cotton to 60% cotton and 40% polyester. The price went up, the cotton went down. Their famous B01 double front dungaree jeans dropped from 15-ounce denim to 13-ounce denim, a 13% weight reduction in a product built for men who destroy pants for a living. And here is where it gets clever. Carhartt did not just make their existing products thinner, they created an entire lineup of lighter fabrics with names designed to sound tough. Super Ducks, Cordura Duck, Rugged Flex Duck. These sound like premium upgrades. Super Ducks is 8.1 ounces, that is 2/3 the weight of the 12-ounce cotton duck your father wore. It is 97% nylon and 3% spandex. When a customer picks it up and thinks it feels lighter, they are not imagining things. They are holding a fundamentally different product wearing the same logo. Meanwhile, the heritage fabrics people actually loved, the sandstone duck, the weathered duck, both 12-ounce cotton variants, were quietly discontinued with no direct replacements. But the fabric is only half the story. Wait until you see what happened to the factory floor. In 1997, Carhartt opened its first factory in Pénjamo, Mexico. A second plant followed in Irapuato in December 2001. By 2003, 4 factories across 2 Mexican states employed roughly 2,000 workers. Then the American plants started closing. Seabury, Kentucky, Moorhead, Kentucky, Glasgow, Kentucky. One by one, the sewing machines went quiet. Today, Carhartt operates 3 American manufacturing facilities. Irvine, Kentucky, which is the original 1932 plant still running after more than 90 years, Edmonton, Kentucky, and Camden, Tennessee. Together, they employ about 1,000 unionized workers, making select heritage items like the Duck Detroit jacket, certain bib overalls, and the acrylic watch hat. But those American-made products account for roughly 2% of total product sales. 2%. The other 98% comes from 84 manufacturing partners across Mexico, Vietnam, Guatemala, India, Bangladesh, China, Cambodia, and Tunisia. Now look at the Detroit jacket itself. In April 2025, a workwear reviewer called The Iron Snail published a side-by-side comparison of a vintage J97 Sandstone Detroit and the current model 103828. He documented 21 measurable differences. The modern sleeves are 2.5 inches shorter, the body is 3 inches longer, the waist snap adjusters that let you cinch the jacket against cold wind were eliminated entirely. Brass hardware was replaced with non-brass finishes. The original J001 firm duck Detroit was union-made in the United States. It was discontinued around 2019. Its replacement is made in Nicaragua, and the price climbed from $79 to $149. An 89% price increase for a jacket that lost its brass, lost its cotton lining, lost its waist adjusters, and lost its country of origin. On Poshmark, used Detroits go for $249 to $499. Rare burgundy models fetch up to $1,499. The resale market is telling you something the company will not. The old product was worth more, and yet revenue went from $92 million in 1990 to $1.7 billion in 2023. 18 times growth in 33 years. So how did they pull it off while the core product got worse? They found a new customer. Back in 1994, 2 Swiss designers named Edwin and Salome Faye secured a license to sell Carhartt outside the United States under a fashion label called Carhartt Whip, short for work in progress. They took the Detroit jacket, the chore coat, and the double knee pant and re-engineered them with slimmer cuts, seasonal colorways, and designer collaborations with Nike, Comme des Garçons, and Sakai. A WIP Detroit jacket costs $248 to $268 versus $120 to $130 for mainline. Today, WIP operates over 80 stores worldwide. That fashion momentum bled back into the mainline brand. In February 2024, Carhartt installed its first non-family CEO in 135 years. A former audit partner took the wheel, and the brand leaned harder into fashion than ever. They launched a slim, tapered, rugged flex double front dungaree. A buyer on their website wrote that it is great for going out on the town and looking stylish. That is a real review for a Carhartt work pant. Their $14.99 watch beanie sells 4 million units per year and was Amazon's most purchased item on Cyber Monday. 15% of Carhartt.com customers are now 18 to 24 years old. Their chief brand officer told the press that many new consumers have no idea who Carhartt is. The company Hamilton Carhartt built by walking into rail yards and asking working men what they needed is now figuring out how to introduce itself to teenagers on the internet. Revenue went up 18 times. The product got lighter, the workforce got smaller, and the customer who built the brand got replaced by the customer who wears the logo. The workers noticed. On Trustpilot, Carhartt holds a 1.5 out of 5 star rating across 766 reviews. A construction worker wrote in September 2025 that he used to get 2 to 3 years out of a pair of shorts before they were full of holes. Now he gets 3 to 6 months before they tear at the back pocket. On TikTok, a tradesman who goes by Side Money Tom posted a video that crossed 1.2 million views. His verdict was blunt. Carhartt used to last him more than a year at work. Now they last 2 to 3 months. He said he switched to $20 pants from Costco. And then there are the zippers. Carhartt's own website now sells do-it-yourself zipper repair kits in 2 sizes. Think about that for a moment. The company that built its empire on indestructible construction is now selling you the parts to fix what they should have built correctly in the first place. One buyer left a review that reads, "Is it not crazy that so many zippers are needing replaced? Here is an idea. Quit selling repair kits and fix your zippers. So what do you buy instead?" This is the part where we stop diagnosing and start prescribing. If you need work pants that will survive real labor, look at 1620 Workwear out of Newburyport, Massachusetts, 100% manufactured in the United States. Their flagship double-knee utility pant uses proprietary 14-ounce NYCO fabric, a Cordura nylon cotton blend, claiming 10 times the abrasion resistance of standard cotton duck. Stitching thread 50% thicker than industry standard. YKK zippers, mil-spec shank buttons, lifetime guarantee, over 100,000 pairs sold. The price is $228. That is steep. But one pair outlasting 4 or 5 pairs of modern Carhartt means you spend less over a decade and throw away less. For overalls, there is Roundhouse out of Shawnee, Oklahoma, founded in 1903. They are the last major American manufacturer of made-in-USA overalls. 50 workers in their Oklahoma plant produce 7,000 pairs per week using cotton sourced from American cotton growers in Littlefield, Texas. Their signature denim bib overalls run 14-ounce denim with triple-stitch seams for $89.95, often on sale for $59.95. They offer 115 sizes in a single product. That is a company building for bodies, not for aesthetics. For jackets and outerwear at a working man's price, look at Burn Apparel out of Ossian, Indiana. Founded in 1915, they run 10 to 12-ounce cotton duck with triple needle stitching and brass hardware. Their insulated duck bib overalls start at $109.99. That is 20 to 40% cheaper than the equivalent Carhartt piece with comparable construction. And if you can afford heirloom grade, Filson's Mackinac Wool Cruiser is still sewn in Seattle using 24-ounce virgin felted wool in a design patented in 1914. It runs $495. That is serious money, but your grandchildren will fight over who inherits it. Here is what Hamilton Carhartt understood in 1889 that his own company forgot. Working people do not buy brands. They buy trust. They buy the jacket once, test it in the cold and the mud and the grind, and if it holds, they tell every man on the crew. That handshake between maker and worker built a 136-year reputation. Carhartt broke it. They kept the name on the chest while replacing everything behind it. Cotton for polyester, Kentucky for Nicaragua. Tradesmen for TikTok influencers. The most expensive thing you will ever buy is the thing you have to buy twice. Stop buying the name. Buy the construction. Buy the thread count. Buy the country of origin. And if the tag says quilted flannel, flip it over and read the fine print, because the truth is always on the other side. If this opened your eyes, hit subscribe. We have more investigations coming, and the brands we are looking at next do not want you to see them.